What is good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee on the vid. You guys see where I'm at on Mr. Instagram, wilding out all the time, WACK100. It is what it is. We just seen Wack the other day. What was he talking about? Get down, dotted that one guy's eye. And listen, before I get off into this story, I gotta, I gotta fix something. That whole situation. You see this picture here. The post was actually removed. They said Wack was trying to bully these individuals, by posting that. And as you guys know, Wack said that these guys were some skinheads, that it was racially motivated. They came at him, etc. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But the correction, real quick, that I got to put out there is that this actually happened in Cali. I erroneously said that this was Florida, that had got put out there in the atmosphere. So I'm putting it out there right now. This happened in Quartz Hill, which out like the Palmdale, Lancaster area out in there. And that's a little bit of an update on that. So we got that out the way. But let's get into this post Wack just threw up here. He says, always gotta warm up the artist before they hit the booth. Trucarr, which is another artist signed to 100 Entertainment, I believe, slash Cash Money West under WACK100 management. That he's really pumping and promoting hard body lately. We'll see what happens with Trucarr, how his career goes. We'll stay updating y'all on what's going on with him. Tapping in the comments if you guys have listened to any of Trucarr's music. But we'll have to see how it goes. Not every artist under WACK100 has blown up. I mean, he has a pretty good track record. Game was already kind of doing his thing before Wack got with Game, but under Wack's management, whether, I care for WACK100's antics or not, all that extra ish that's gone on with the channel and everything, I will say, I believe Wack did all right managing Game. I mean, it's by extortion or whatever, but that's a whole nother story. But Blueface, we know Blueface did well, but do you guys remember that guy? I was just talking about him in another video, the white dude that Wack had on his label. I don't even believe he's with Wack anymore. Nick D's, white dude from out there on the West Coast that Wack was promoting. It looked to be promising for him, and his music flopped, and we ain't heard from him no more. He had the whole House of Pain joint and everything. Wack even got Everlast in the video. He was talking about, I grew up in a house of pain, jump around. You know what I mean? And they even got Whitey Ford, Everlast, to get in the video, but the campaign didn't work. He flopped, and you don't hear from him no more. So we'll have to see what happens with Trucarr. But anyways, he says, fuel up on this gas. 50 Cent, Uncle Murder. Let's end 2020 with a bang. What's up with that verses? The real Swizz, he tagged Swizz Beats, said he waiting on us. We can't keep bro waiting too long. Hashtag West East bridging the gap. And I can't play the post because they are listening to The Game. What was that song, Let's Ride, where he's like, roll up chronic in halves and a blunt, call it Aftermath. That joint, the second single from Game's second album, The Doctor's Advocate. Fire track. I always got to make it clear, I was a huge Game fan. I like a lot of Game's music. I don't care for a lot of the suspect type things the Game did over the course of his career. The lies and just different things Game did. Game did a lot of sucker things, but come on, we can't front. That music is hard. Like, Game puts out some cold hits. And we were just talking about that the other day when we're talking about this whole 50 Cent, The Game versus battle. And that's what Wack is talking about here. He's like, yo, I'm about to get Trucarr in the booth, but I always got to get my artist turned up before we get in there. So we're listening to this Game smash hit, this throwback. Speaking of that, yo, Fifth, what's up? Are we going to get this verses together? Swizz Beats, we got him waiting. We can't have him wait too long. He is trying hard to lobby for this versus battle. Get in the comments. Once again, we've talked about this possible 50 Cent Game versus multiple times on the channel. It's crazy. I've pointed this out with other artists. T.I., 50 Cent in other occasions, Busta Rhymes, all kind of artists we've seen go at each other, right? And talk about get in the ring with me with a versus. Like they want these versus battles hard. That payday has got to be serious. And you know, what does a manager normally get percentage of? I don't know, whatever it is, 20%, whatever he gets of the game's income. He wants this versus battle. It must be a hefty payday. So comment once again, Game versus 50 Cent. Do you think we'll see the versus battle? Who do you think will win? We've already talked about how Fifth said he's cool to do it, but you know, Game can't use any 50 Cent featured tracks, and I guess vice versa. Let's see what everyone's talking about in the comments here. Someone said, Blood, what up? Check in. Pyru. Wack said, Blood, Indians ain't running ish. Well, Mendici, 100 emojis. We don't really see anyone from the industry tapping in on this one because you see, you know, he tagged a few people in the caption, name dropping like a Game verse. You guys know how the Game does with the name dropping. Wack was on the same type of thing on this post. He's trying to get interactions on the post to grow the post because he wants that 50 Cent Game versus. It looked like it was gonna happen back when I shared that video with y'all where Wack DM'd me and told me coffee. Like, tap in and talk with me on your terms or, you know, vice versa, right? I ain't trying to delve into the past too much, but the reason why I'm bringing that up is because on that video that he hit me on, it was about the 50 Game verses, you know, about how they were trying to get it, how Wack was saying he was the one that single-handedly squashed that beef, and now he's going to be the one to get the verses together. Is it going to happen? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but he's still pushing for it. But speaking of verses, who watched the Too Short E40 verses, the Bay, the Living Legends? Shout out to Murder Man, my moderator. He shot me a link right before they were getting ready to really get it in on the verses. I think they were just doing warm-ups and introductions, telling stories and everything like that. It was lit. They had it, you know, all dope set up the way they did for the Gucci Jeezy verses. You remember the way they had that whole setup with the stage and all that. They had a cold setup for this Too Short E40 joint. They had the street signs, you know, uh, from the Bay and all that. Like it was looking tight. So hit the comments with your thoughts on that versus. Let's talk about it all. Game, Wack, all that. What's your thoughts on it all? And let's slide back here too. As I stated, this post got pulled down the video, but you see he shared this post now, which is the screenshot of the incident, and said, next single, my next single, Get Down, available on all platforms. Cowboys versus 49ers in reverse. Hope that didn't go over y'all heads. Hashtag BLM. Would someone say it's finna be another hit? Another one bites the dust. So yeah, man, that's my bro, subscriber in the channel right there, MHGJ Pretty 500. He's a J Coffee. He's Team Coffee, J Coffee Talk supporter for a long time. What's good, my man? Most hated gang. What's good, bro? But everyone tap in. Let's talk about it. Will the verses happen? Hit the comments. New viewers, sub to the channel. It's J Coffee Talk. I'm out of here. Peace.